we will do question number 40. Let us read the question. On 31st March 2014, after the close of accounts, that means this is the ending of the year, okay, the capital accounts of X and Y stood in the books of the firm at 2,40,000 and 3 lakh respectively. So by the date you can easily make out that 2,40,000 and 3 lakh are the capitals of X and Y at the end of the year. That means this is their closing capital. 2,40,000 for X and 3 lakh for Y is the closing capital of the partners. Next, on 1st May 2013, X introduced an additional capital of 60,000 and Y withdrew 30,000 from his capital. That means on 1st May, X has brought some capital, okay, and Y has taken out money from his capital. Clear? Now, next, on 1st October 2013, X withdrew. Now, on 1st October, X has taken out how much? 1,20,000 from his capital, and Y introduced, means Y has brought in money into his capital. How much? 1,50,000. Okay. Now, interest on capital allowed is at the rate 6% per annum, means rate of interest on capital is 6%. Now, some more information are given. The profit for the year ended 31st March 2014 amounted to 1,20,000 and the partners' drawings had been this 60,000 and 30,000. The profit sharing ratio of X and Y was 3:2. These are the additional information given over here. What we are required, means what we need to do is calculate interest on capital if the capitals are fixed and fluctuating. Now, for calculation of interest on capital, the formula which we know, so this is the formula we know: interest on opening capital plus interest on additional capital minus interest on capital withdrawn, right? Then we get interest on capital. So whether it is fixed capital or whether it is fluctuating capital, the formula is same for calculation of interest on capital. But the thing is, we need to calculate first opening capital. But in the question, opening capital is not given. The capital which is given is our closing capital. And today I have explained you how to calculate opening capital under fixed capital method and under fluctuating capital method. Let me tell you the formula once again. Under fixed capital method, how do we calculate opening capital? First, closing capital. This is when the capital is fixed. Fixed capital means when we keep our capital aside and rest all the income or all the expenses we keep aside. In this case, only two adjustments are done. One for capital withdrawn and another for additional capital. This is the situation when capital is fixed. So under fixed capital, how we calculate opening capital? First, closing capital plus capital withdrawn minus additional capital, we will get opening capital. This is under fixed capital when our capital is fixed. Now, in case of fluctuating capital means the capital changes with the income and expense. Means whenever we make any expense, we used to deduct that expense from the capital, and when we earn something or when we have any kind of income or profit, we add it with the capital. So in that case, our capital changes, so we call it as fluctuating capital. Now under fluctuating capital, how do we calculate opening capital? Closing capital plus drawings plus capital withdrawn minus additional capital minus share of profit. Okay, again I am telling, closing capital plus drawings plus capital withdrawn minus additional capital minus share of profit. This is the way how do we calculate opening capital under fixed capital method and fluctuating capital method. Now for calculation of interest on capital, there is no difference in the formula. Only the difference in the formula is for calculation of fixed capital and fluctuating capital. So in the question, you are asked to calculate interest on capital if the capitals are fixed and fluctuating. So first we need to calculate, if we are calculating interest on capital under fixed capital, first we need to calculate opening capital under fixed capital method. Now to calculate opening capital, I have already made the format over here because there are two partners, so there will be two amount column. Now according to the formula of calculation of opening capital under fixed capital method, what is the formula? Closing capital plus capital withdrawn minus additional capital. Now let's go back to the question. So now here it is very clear what is the closing capital of X, 2,40,000 and 3 lakh in case of Y. So we will write in closing capital for X 2,40,000 and in case of Y we will write 3 lakh. Okay. Now next what is said, see, on 1st May X introduced additional capital 60,000. So what is the additional capital of X? 60,000. So here in minus additional capital we will write in X column in bracket 60,000. Okay. Now next, and Y withdrew 30,000 from his capital. So this 30,000 we will write in Y's column in capital withdrawn. So see, add capital withdrawn. So in Y, how much Y has withdrawn? 30,000. Now again, as per the question, on 1st October 2013, X withdrew 1,20,000 from his capital. So again, in capital withdrawn, X, how much he has withdrawn? 1,20,000. Okay. And now coming back to the question, Y introduced means Y has brought additional capital 1,50,000. So that we need to deduct. So less 1,50,000. So according to the formula under fixed capital method, closing capital plus capital withdrawn minus additional capital. So these are the figures we got. Now we will calculate. So for X, 2,40,000 plus 1,60,000, sorry, 1,20,000 minus 60,000 is 3 lakh, and for Y, 3 lakh plus 30,000 minus 1,50,000, it will be 1,80,000. So now we got our opening capital under fixed capital method. Now we will calculate interest on capital. For calculation of interest on capital, I am telling again, whether it is fixed capital or whether it is fluctuating capital, the formula will be same. So here, now first, interest on opening capital. So for X, as we know the rate is 6%. So 6% of, now what is the opening capital here? So here, as you can see, we have calculated the opening capital. 3 lakhs is the opening capital for X. So 6% of 3 lakh. And in case of Y, how much is the opening capital? 1,80,000. So here we can write 6% of 1,80,000. Now if we calculate 6% of 3 lakh, we will get 18,000 for X. So interest on opening capital for X is 18,000. And if we calculate 6% of 1,80,000 for Y, we will get 10,800. Now interest on additional capital. Now see here, on 1st May, X introduced, when X has introduced on 1st May, how much? X has introduced 60,000. When is the year ending? 31st March. So if we calculate the month from 1st May to 31st March, it will be 11 months. Okay, so we can write here 6% of X has brought additional capital of 60,000, and when he has brought in the additional capital on 1st May. So he has withdrawn on 1st May and our year ends at 31st March. So if we count from 1st May, then this entire month will be taken. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 months. So we can write here 11 by 12. Okay, see here 11 by 12. And if we do the calculation, we will get 3,300. Okay. Now on the same date, Y has withdrew 30,000. Okay. So here on interest on capital withdrawn, for Y we will write 6% of 30,000. He has withdrawn 30,000 into the period will be same, 11 by 12. So if we calculate, we will get for X, for Y we will get 1650. It will be in bracket because minus. Okay, we used to deduct, so bracket 1650. Now again back to the question. On 1st October 2013, X withdrew. Now in the same date, X withdrew 1,20,000, means taken out money from his capital, 1,20,000. Okay, so here interest on capital withdrawn for X we will write 6% of 1,20,000, and when he has withdrawn on 1st October. So from 1st October the year ends at March. So if we calculate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it is 6 months. So here we will write 6 by 12. So now if we make the calculation, we will get 3,600 minus, so we are writing in bracket minus 3,600. Now on the same date, Y has brought in money. Clearly written, Y introduced 1,50,000. So here we can write 6% of 1,50,000. The period will be same, into 6 by 12. So if we make the calculation, we will get 4,500. So after doing all these, we are getting, so for X, interest on capital will be 17,700, and for Y it will be 13,650. Okay, I hope it is clear to you all. Now as I told you, in case of fluctuating capital, only the capital will change. Why? Because there is a difference in the formula. See, closing, what is the formula under fluctuating capital? What is the formula for calculation of opening capital? Closing capital plus drawings plus capital withdrawn minus additional capital minus share of profit. So this is the formula under fluctuating capital. Now what is the closing capital? We know the closing capital. In case of X it is 2,40,000 and in case of Y it is 3 lakh. So we will write here, in case of X it is 2,40,000 and in case of Y it is 3 lakhs. Now comes add drawings. Now let's see what was the drawings for X and Y. See the last part of the question. Drawings had been 60,000 for X and Y rupees 30,000. So we will write here in case of X we will write here 60,000 and in case of Y we will write here 30,000. Okay, now next part is capital withdrawn. Capital withdrawn we know in both the cases. So X, on 1st May X introduced an additional capital 60,000 and Y withdrew 30,000. So capital withdrawn for Y is 30,000 and additional capital is 60,000. So we will write accordingly. So here in additional capital for X we will write 60,000 and for Y we can write here 30,000. Again, going back to the question, on 1st October X withdrew 1,20,000 from his capital and Y introduced 1,50,000. So obviously here in case of capital withdrawn in case of X will be 1,20,000 according to the question, and additional capital for Y will be 1,50,000. Now next part is profit. In which ratio we should share? According to the question, we should share the profit as 3:2. Now how much is the total profit of the firm? Let's check out once. The profit for the year ended 31st March 2014 amounted to 1,20,000. Now this is the profit of the entire firm, and this needed to be shared among X and Y in their profit sharing ratio. The profit sharing ratio is 3:2. So we will do a calculation here. See the working note. Profit of the firm, it is given 1,20,000. So this is the total profit of the firm. Now what is X share? If the ratio is 3:2, then X will get 3/5, right? 3 plus 2 is 5, so 3/5 into 1,20,000, and for Y it will be 2/5 into 1,20,000. So now if we calculate how much we will get, in case of X the profit will be 72,000, and in case of Y the profit will be 48,000. So here we can write share of profit for X, it is less, so in bracket we will write 78,000, and in case of Y, sorry, not 78, it is 72,000, and in case of Y it is 48,000. Okay, so after doing the calculation, how much opening capital we will get for X? 2,88,000. Okay, and for Y the opening capital will be 1,62,000. Okay, so now as I told you, whether fixed capital or whether fluctuating capital, the calculation for interest on capital will be same. Okay, means the formula for interest on capital is same. So I have already made the calculation for interest on additional capital, interest on capital withdrawn in case of fixed capital. So I have written the amount. There will be no change in calculation of interest on additional capital or in case of capital withdrawn, whether it is fluctuating or fixed. Only where will be the change? The change will be in the opening capital. So here X will be 6% of, what is the opening capital under fluctuating capital? 2,88,000. So here in case of X it will be 6% of 2,88,000, and if we make the calculation we will get 17,280 in case of X. Okay, now in case of Y, what is the opening capital under fluctuating capital? Y's capital, opening capital is 1,62,000. So here we will write 6% of 1,62,000. Okay, so if we do the calculation we will get 9,720. So the rest everything will be same. So now if we do the calculation, the interest on capital amount for X will be 16,980, and for Y interest on capital will be 12,750. So it is done.